15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 'More wire. Yeah, that fractal press just helps seat the and the reason I'm using that too is we have got this highly polished and sort of brittle fretboard, hard fretboard, this Babinga. We don't want to crack it or chip it by banging. Although these frets should go in quite easily because I have cut the slots nice and deep, and the tang on this is quite medium. It's not too long and not too wide. So we should be okay. All right, where are we up to? 20, 19, 20. 20. 21. 22. There we go. We've got enough frets there. I'm going to start seating those in there. First things first, I want to grab my little triangle file. This little guy here. Just going to run that point right along the edge, the top of the fretboard, right into the slot. That V goes into that slot. Why? Because I'm just breaking off any little tiny micro fibers that might be sitting up from the fret being cut. So we're just leveling, getting those edges sort of flattened a little bit in case there's a tiny fiber that makes a fret pop up a little bit. This is quite relevant when you're doing a refret, because when you pull frets out, you tend to lift, and there's glue and all sorts of things, and the slot ends or the edges tend to lift slightly and you get a little mound. So we always hit that with the V file, the triangular file, and just flatten them in there. Flatten the ridges, if you like. That way that it should be just fretboard being the highest part and not any part of the ridge. And then we can press these in by hand and then go to the drill press and use the fractal press to push them in and glue them in. Just a little rub. Just to get them flattened out, opened up. there's any fishermen on the chat, I'm thinking of, I've just taken up tying flies, saltwater flies, because I do like fishing in the summer. At the beaches here, we've got beautiful ocean beaches, so I do like to flick large saltwater flies. I am thinking of tying some of my own fly baits, and I might even stream a couple of tying sessions if you're interested, just to do something different. It's a bit craftier. What do you think of that? Is that worth doing? Oh, I would watch that. Yeah, absolutely. And we're using UV resin to create like carapaces for shellfish lures, and we're using, we're curing the resin with UV. We're tying knots. We're using tinsel. We're using feathers. We're using fur and hair, and big hooks, little hooks, different types of rigs. So it's going to be interesting. That's another passion of mine. I love my fishing. Saltwater mainly. I don't do much freshwater, although I do want to get into trout fishing. We've got some lovely trout streams up in the mountains, and I would like to explore that avenue. But I would be interested in streaming. If you guys would be interested in watching that sort of content, let me know in the chat anyway what you think. Hello, Lynn. How you doing? Aloha to you. We're just going to fret this guy. So we're going to start by pressing these in. They should be able to be basically positioned by hand. I might just tap them in one side, and then we're going to add the fine thin glue before we bang them in, or press them in, I should say. I'm just going to leave them upright like that. I'm just going to do one side. What's happening, Lynn? Are you well? I hope you're well. Man, they're sitting really nice. The initial grab is really, really cool. Seven. I would watch it. A friend's husband has a whole workshop devoted to fly tying. It's really cool. And great jewelry as well, especially brooches. Yeah, it's all micro stuff. Aloha, doing fine. Thank you for asking. I love watching you do little delicate things like this. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're here. Hey, what's going on, Gatto? Good to see you. Guitar Factory. Oh, yeah, I saw that video. It's in Indonesia. I bet Manny's faster. No, no way, man. Those guys make like 1,000 guitars a day. I don't know how. Man, they just churn it out. There must be at least 1,000 people working there, at least 2,000 people working there. It's massive. This thing's got like, it's bigger than Universal Studios. It's got like, I don't know, 12 buildings or something like that. And they're all doing something different. One does vintage. One does high-end models, custom shop. One's a generic cheap model. One's where they do the coloring and the staining and the finishing. One's where they fix necks. It's like a massive Indonesian complex. And they make for all brands. You think you're buying something made in the US or Japan, and it's actually made in Indonesia in some cases. The Court Factory. But they do a lot of work and subby out a lot of work from other major brands, but they don't do boutique stuff. But I'll tell you what, good on them. I mean, that's fine. I mean, make them faster. Look, I can build one in a day. They can probably build one in a day as well. But with that sort of facility at their fingertips, you'd think you'd want them to be able to build it in a day, right? They should be able to build one in an hour. Seriously. They make like 700 bodies a day or something like that. What a load of crap. That's like huge. Who buys all these? I know there's a lot of people in the world, but holy smokes. Yeah, it's not weird. Two different beasts, mate. I agree. Mav. What is happening? Court, yes, that's the one. Yeah, there was a guy that took a tour, Tom. That's right. There's a guy that went through and did a tour. Let me just grab the little hammer. It's a little bit more delicate. Little baby guy. $19. We're almost there. We're going to press these in now on the fractal press. $20. Amazing what a good fret saw does. These slots are awesome. They're going in so easily. And like they're biting straight away. It's just the right kerf on the blade. Last one. Okay, let's get our thin glue, our thin CA. I'll put a new nozzle on it. And what we'll do is we'll give that a little streak just under there as we press them in the fret press room. I was going to set this guy up first. There we go. Let's grab one of these guys. Just trying to see if this is clogged up or... No, it's clear. Put this nozzle on. This thin CA terry is a little bit watery, a little bit more runny, and it dries just a touch quicker, a touch slower. It gives you a little bit more time. It doesn't foul up so quickly. Now I need a rag. I've got one right here. I've got my fractal press. I've got my glue, and I've got my neck, and I've got my, I don't need my guitar, my hammer. Let me flick over the bench and let's go to the other room. There we go. That guy's fixed, by the way. Hey, Orby, what's going on? He going to glue his lips together. No, not quite, Tom, but yes, I do understand. The risks are high of that happening. Okay. I have fixed this guy. Let's see if I can turn that on. Let me just turn this on here. There we go. So that guy's fixed. You can see here the crack that went through there has been resolved. We've recolored that, so that's good.